This is my audience. Did you know that daylight savings time was originally proposed as a joke? Benjamin Franklin would jest that you could economize candle usage by moving the clock forward, making people wake up earlier in the day. Who knew that an 18th century joke would affect the 21st century? If you hate losing an hour of sleep in the spring or love gaining an hour of sleep in the fall, you can thank the father of electricity for that. Today we're going to discuss the history of daylight savings time, the purpose of it, and if it's necessary. So where did this joke become something that affected American citizens today? Even though it was proposed as a joke as early as the 18th century, daylight savings time was officially made a law in the United States on March 19, 1918. The primary driving factor for the enactment of the law was World War I, but eventually in 1966, the Uniform Time Act was in place. The act allowed states to have discretion over the use of daylight savings time. Arizona and Hawaii are the only states that do not use daylight savings time, citing that the heat from the waking up an hour early only causes misery of the sunny states. Now that we've discussed the history of daylight savings time, let's move on to discussing the purpose. The primary reason for the law was to save on energy. The U.S. government was trying to find out quick, easy solutions to save energy to help the war effort. One of the ideas was to have people wake up early so they would have to be active during more daylight hours. The primary saver was residential lighting. Residential lighting accounts for about 3.5% of energy consumption in the United States. People generally wake up, go to work, and then stay awake for some hours after that in order to do chores and recreations. Daylight saving was designed so that during those chores and recreations, there would be one more hour of daylight requiring less lighting. Now that we've talked about the purpose of it, let's move on to discuss if it's necessary. If it's highly debated whether or not daylight savings time is worth it and actually saves energy. While widely accepted in the 1918 modern studies have shown that the benefits are marginal at best, a 2017 study showed that energy saving amounted to a margin of 0.3% decretion in energy usage. Other studies have shown that the decrease in electrical usage is offset by non-electrical power such as gas and coal for heating. Although trivial, Arizona cites a lack of complexity for their residents, but if you factor in keeping up with the daylight savings for sporting events and other events happening outside of the state, it's probably even if it's complexity. In conclusion, after discussing all these things about daylight savings time, we talked about the history of it, the purpose of it, and if it's even necessary. After all this time, I'm starting to believe that it's not necessary, but you can make your own opinions about that with the information I provided for you today. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a great day.